How could learning be a gift?
I think life is learning. And I think by learning, you're able to know what to expect from life and how it helps you and the people you're around. That's the way I find learning is, you know.
Mm-hmm. If you could share anything with your great-grandchildren about the education, what would you say?
Well, I'd say get the books. I believe a lot of my knowledge came from reading. I'm an avid reader. A lot of kids aren't. But I really think that yeah, they have to, you know, study. Nobody wants to study, you know. But if you want to get any place and get any knowledge, you have to go out and grab it.
Please tell me your full name.
Oh, Jean Marie. Well, my maiden name was Doris, and then I married O'Shea.
Okay.
Jean wasn't a very popular name.
No, it wasn't?
No, that's what my mother told me.
Okay.
I guess my mother liked the name.
Do you know anything about your grandparents?
Yeah, both sides.
Okay, tell me about your...
My mother's maiden name was Mangan, M-A-N-G-A-N. So my grandmother was Margaret Mangan. My mother's father died, and my grandmother married a man many years later, companionship.
Yeah.
She married Robert Muses, M-U-S-E-S.
No way.
He was very, 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 I never knew my grandfather. He was a very, very nice man.
Yeah.
They married for companionship, you know.
Yeah, and how many kids did they have?
No, they were married older.
They were married older,
Yeah.
okay.
My mother came from a family of 5.
5, okay.
Yeah, 5.
And did they come from Ireland? Or were they...
No, just my grandmother came from Ireland.
Okay.
But all her children. My grandfather, my mother's father, came from Boston.
Oh, okay.
But he was born here. My grandmother was born in Ireland.
Okay. Wow.
My father's mother and father were both born in Ireland.
Were they?
Uh-huh.
Now, what part? Do you know?
I'm trying to think when my father's mother was born. I know it, but I really can't think of it now. I just know Ireland. I'm not quite sure what county it was, but both came over from Ireland.
Wow, now were you really close with your grandparents?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. My mother's mother lived around the corner from us.
Okay.
And I was the oldest grandchild, so I think I was a bit of a favorite to her. There were quite a few followed, but I was still the oldest. And I was the oldest of on my father's
right?
side, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
First grandchild on both sides.
So you're the favorite.
Oh. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Your mother and father. Tell me about them.
Both of them were born in the United States.
Okay.
My father grew up in Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
In Manhattan.
Yeah.
My mother lived in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know.
What did now your father? What did he do? What was his?
Well, when my mother married him, he was an engineer on the Long Island Railroad.
Is that right?
And this 8th Avenue subway hadn't opened up yet, so he took the test, passed the test, and when the 8th Avenue subway opened up, he was one of the first motormen on it.
Is that right?
Yeah. And he stayed there until he retired.
Wow.
Yeah.
And where did you grow up?
Brooklyn.
You grew up in Brooklyn?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And we did live in Ozone Park for a short time.
Yeah.
But most of I went to school, grammar school in Brooklyn, high school in Brooklyn, Flatbush.
What was it like growing up in Brooklyn?
Very nice. You know, I really lived in Brooklyn until I was, for a short time, my parents lived in Ozone Park.
Okay.
In fact, that's where I went to grammar school in Ozone Park.
Ozone Park?
Yeah, St. Elizabeth's. And then my parents moved from Ozone Park to Brooklyn. And then I finished grammar school in St. Gregory's there in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I went to high school in Brooklyn.
Wow.
Mm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, married a Queen.
You have sisters though, right?
Yeah, I have 2 sisters. Peggy is right after me. She's 2 years younger, and then Carol was the baby.
Yeah.
Not a baby now, though.
No, I tell you.
3 girls.
Did you feel like you had a lot of responsibility being the oldest sister?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I probably had responsibility, but I don't know how responsible I really was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were growing up, what was your earliest, like your fondest memory when you were growing up?
I don't know.
Do you have one?
I have very lovely memories. Good memories. And I'm going to tell something now that not the family knows. Only somebody found out 2 weeks ago. God blessed me with a beautiful voice. And my mother made me take singing lessons, and I took singing lessons with this Isabel Leonard of Carnegie Hall, and I sang in Carnegie Hall.
You sang in
I
Carnegie Hall?
certainly did. And I kept that, and my sister Peggy only made it known about 2 weeks ago, and everybody was shocked. Not one of my kids knew it.
No, I never knew that.
Yeah, see? None of my own knew it.
No.
Yeah, I did. I was blessed, but I hated it. Hated it, hated it, hated it. My mother used to send me to the singing lessons, and I had a nice teacher. She was old. Her name was, I told you, Isabel Leonard. And they thought I was going to be an opera, a very high opera voice. But
Can you sing us a song right
no,
now?
I lost it just like that. But
Did
I
you?
think I wanted to.
Yeah.
I did not. No matter who, anybody came to the house, come on, Jean, give us a song.
Oh, yeah.
I took in, when I went to Captain McCauley High School, I was in 2 big plays.
Yeah.
I was in Rio Rita
Yeah.
and the Old Mill.
No
And I
way.
took the lead in both of them because I sang.
Yeah.
But did not like it. Did
No.
not like it. But my mother held things over my head
Yeah.
to keep me going for singing lessons. But if your heart's not in it, you're not going to be a singer.
Yeah.
And then, as I got older, today I could not sing, hold a tune at all. I have no
Oh, yeah.
voice for
Yeah.
singing, I guess it just came as a youngster.